The workflow is one of the biggest kinks in the pipeline for me as a creator, and it's something that I'm always experimenting with, and one of the reasons why the process is happening is figuring out that workflow. Your workflow, as anyone in entertainment or probably anything, just being able to streamline that workflow is so important to being able to finish things efficiently and quickly, as well as having as few mistakes as possible. So one of the things that I ran into as a content creator, especially on YouTube, was that having a workflow was great, but oftentimes I'd spend all of my time trying to figure out the best way to do stuff and not always experimenting with how I could speed it up was always something. And coming from a TV world, working in post-production, it was a little frustrating because that was what I did. I spent my entire time working in post-production, starting as an assistant editor, making sure workflows were streamlined so that nothing was going to cause a hiccup down the road when you were exporting and delivering to a network. And when you didn't have the time to actually work on those elements to streamline your workflow, it's when you had things crash and burn at the end. Now, I was on one project where I was on a vacation, and I get back from the vacation and I'm told that they had totally changed platforms from before I left, and I was given one day to totally prep a project so that it could start editing the next day, where I had no time to work out a workflow, figure out the kinks. And those projects nearly crashed and burned every single time because there was no time allotted to really figure out what the best workflow would be. And I ended up working 80, 90-hour weeks on a continual basis to the point where I'm like, this is not worth it anymore. Why would I do this? And I decided that, I was gonna focus my energies on a more creative ambition, and hence that's why I'm here. The fact that you have to streamline your workflow, but it takes experimentation, it takes time. And as the old saying goes that applies for so much stuff, is every dollar spent in pre-production is $10 saved in production and $100 saved in post-production. But I like to take it one step further. Every minute spent in pre-production is 10 minutes saved in production and 100 minutes saved in post-production. So value the time that you put in at the beginning of the process so that you can save time at the end of the process.